Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. Carlson's lab. So for a very long time I've had requests for televisions. So here is a television on the bench. Now here's the thing, I know nothing about this. I just picked the thing up. I haven't tried it out. I haven't opened it up. So it could be a complete write-off. The CRT could be cracked inside. I don't know. It might just be a repair. It might even work. So we'll discover all of that together. So let's see if we can get something on the screen of this very old television. So it is very dirty. It's it's got, I don't know what that is. That could be nicotine or something on the screen. It is very, very dirty. So what I'm going to do is grab a towel, I'll wipe this thing down first of all, just to get all the stickiness off of it. I'll show you what's on here. It's actually running down the screen. It looks like water or something has gotten on this and mixed with it. So I'm pretty sure that rag is going to be very dirty. So I'll get that happening. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. It must be nicotine or something. Wow, that is dirty. So, yes, definitely been in a smoky atmosphere. These televisions were used in so many different applications. The whole thing has just got this nicotine coating on it. So it should be relatively protected. It'll be saved by this tarry substance that's all over it. Anyways, that should be good enough to at least try to get a picture through all of that brown glaze on there. So, move that out of the way. And take a look at the back side here. It looks like it's missing a line cord. It has a transformer on the back of it already, so obviously cable was being fed to it from somewhere. And just a bunch of screws to get the back off. I bet you this whole thing, is just, if the case was to be cleaned up, it'd probably be blazing white. Okay, well, maybe not that white, but at any rate, it's definitely pretty nicotine brown. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's get the back off this thing and see what's inside before we try to put any power to this, because who knows what's going on. I imagine we'll need to undo that as well. There's a screw here. And another one here. Has that interesting kind of decaying plastic smell. Maybe this was in sunlight or something like that. It has that, I don't even know how to describe that odor that this thing has. It's definitely an interesting smell, I can tell you that. Boy, these screws are kind of being a little bit funny here, so let's see what's going on. I imagine we might need to feed that through. I don't know. That one screw is being a little bit picky on the bottom here. There we go. All right, what are we up against? What we got going on in here? We just unplug this from up here, like so. And what else is going back here? There is something on the back here. Maybe some form of a jack for headphones or something like that. I know the hotels used to have anti-theft devices, and if you unplugged it, it would set off an alarm, but I think that looks like it's just a headphone jack or something like that. Well, it looks like it's a mix of a whole bunch of different stuff going on here. So this is the RCA NuVista, which usually means that they have a NuVistor in the tuner, which they do. can see that little tube down there. None of this transistor stuff. We're talking Nuvistors. So that was the cute little tube that they put in the tuner. So common thing for back then. The Nuvista. It looks like the well, actually, it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of waxies in here. I don't think there's any actually. And it doesn't look like it's in, very bad shape at all in the backside. So what we should do, not a whole lot of tubes either, to tell you the truth, is give it some power and see what happens. Okay, so I'll get a sketchy line cord on this and get it hooked up to my isolation transformer and current limited variac supply, and we will bring this thing up slow and see what happens. Will it smoke? Will it make a picture? Let's find out. Line cord is attached. Let's see what we can get here. So we'll go to the isolation transformer and variac supply up here. So what I'll do is turn the variac about, we'll see here, that's about good, yep. And on current limit, and let's see what happens. Turn this on like so. Maybe get rid of some of the lights so that we can see what's going to happen. All right, so we've got nothing here. So this here looks like the switch. I'll just show you this here. This looks like the switch. We can see that there is a switch right in here, and so it's most likely going to be a pull-on type of switch indicated by the taper so that you can pull it up. So let's take a look at the lamps here. I don't want to turn this on without all of us seeing this at the same time. All right, so here we go. That is not bad. It didn't get bright. So I'm going to turn this up. That's not too bad. It's actually looking pretty good. And there are filaments glowing. So that's very dim. That's a good sign. If those got very, very bright right away, like the little bulb that you see on the bottom there, see that little bulb right there? If those bigger bulbs at the top got bright like that bulb, then we'd have big issues, which usually means that one of these is bad. So these are the filter cans, and it doesn't look like they're bad. So as if they were, we'd have issues. We can see a glowing filament in this tube right here. So not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this thing basically, I guess you could say, baste away for a little while. I'm going to leave it just like that, so I'm not going to touch anything. And if there is any chance of those old capacitors trying to reform just a little bit, that would be a very, very good thing. And of course, if I turn the thing up and they get really bright, well, then we'll be replacing capacitors to try and see if we can get this to work. The fact that all the tubes are glowing is a really good sign. So again, I'll let this go for about, probably 20 minutes like that. Just sit there for 20 minutes and just baste away. 20 minutes has passed, and now to bypass these bulbs, nothing has happened, so we're doing pretty good at this point. We'll go through, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I heard the horizontal section or the vertical section, one of them going up. Something made a noise in there. Oh! That's a good thing. That's only at about maybe 75 volts AC. Let's see what's happening here. Brightness. Oh, look at that. We have a raster. See that? There's some of the light. So it is coming up. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so turn the Variac right up. Whoa, that's loud. It's happening. That's doing pretty good at this point. So now you'll see a bar moving probably in there. On my end, there's no bar moving. That's just because the camera and the scanning of this are, I guess you could say, kind of beating together. Let's turn this down. Kind of beating with each other. So that's kind of a standard thing. So not too bad. I might be able to sync that so that stops. I'll see if I can work on any settings in the camera here and see if I can sync these two, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm hoping that this is going to lock here. It looks a little bit different. So the next thing that we want to do is get a signal from the Sencor over here into this television and see if we can actually get something going on. So I'll zoom you in to the Sencor. I don't know where my settings are from before. This is quite a long zoom, so pardon the movement here. And let's see what I can get going on here. Okay, so I got a cable with a transformer on it already. So, somewhat prepared. So there's the cable with the transformer on it. So let's turn this thing on. And it says I'm on channel 5. So I think the TV's on 2. So standard TV, RF level, well, standard halfway, and I've got this on the window circle, so that should be okay. That was when I was looking at a little Conrack monitor from last time. Of course, it wasn't on standard TV, it was video input, but at any rate, so I'll get this here, I don't know if you can see this, get that on to the back of the TV, so I'll clip this onto the 2 posts on the back. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So put that down here. And we'll move over here. So let's back you out from that so you can see what's going on over here. Alright, so I'll move this around. And I'll clip this onto these tuner posts right here. A lot of people like to directly connect the Sencor up to the television. And that's the reason that so many of these Sencors have blown output sections in them. So it's always good to have that transformer there. It's just a little bit better for the isolation. So at least if there's any type of issues with this, you have one added layer of protection. Okay, so that's on there. Hopefully it's going to stay on there as I move this around. Okay. So you need to go to channel 5, 3, 4. Look at that. And there's no even twisting of any knobs on this thing. Again, the time machine has served me well. Okay, so I'll move this over here just a little bit. I'm going to grab the horizontal. I think that is the horizontal. There's a couple of them here. Oh, that's vertical. That is horizontal. Move that over just a bit. You can see how I'm edging this little bar over. That's not too bad. The circle really isn't too bad. A little bit pinched at the top, but not too bad for the way it is. There are probably some other adjustments in the back here. These are the 3 that stick out of the back here, so designed to be fiddled with. And let's move these around here so that they're not shorting to each other. So it looks like we have vertical linearity and vertical height controls right down in here. So very close to the other controls. So let's see if we can maybe make that circle look just a little bit better. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. These controls are just touching each other. Of course, I should have boots on these, but I don't for this. And it looks like it's lost horizontal lock, so might be just on the edge to make that look centered. So I'll touch that horizontal control here again, which is close enough. On camera, what you're seeing, it actually looks pretty good, but down here it's not so great. It's kind of pinched here and larger down here. And I really hope that this is locking. It looks like it's locked. I set the settings in the camera so they should sync to each other, so we're not getting that silly roaming bar going on here. Let's see if we can make that look any better. So I'm just going to get around the other side here. Lots of wires and things going on here. Let's see. So that's obviously height. And let's see what this one is here. Well, it could have been the linearity. Oh, there we go. Let's see the bottom here coming up. Of course, the screwdriver doesn't want to go back into the farm one now when it's so easy the first time. There it is. Isn't it? Nope. There it is. There's probably rings on the yoke that can be moved as well. And almost a perfect circle there, but it's a little stretched. You can see that. Shrink it right down. Yeah, I think a little bit of movement of those. That's probably got rings on the yoke or something like that. Does it have rings? It does have rings. So this one is really tough to get the screwdriver into, isn't it? Move some of the rings on the yoke. That ring there. So what I'm doing here is I'll show you. So moving these rings here around. You see that? Moving these rings so you can move these rings around on the yoke. Like so. So I'm doing right now to try and get things a little bit better. I'm getting pretty close, I can tell you that. So fiddling back and forth between all of these settings, now I'm back into the potentiometer here. is on the top now. So it's just a matter of going back and forth in these controls over and over again until you can just get something that looks pretty good. I mean, that's perfectly circle there, or pretty circular there. I mean, a little bit stretched there. Well, I gotta say, that is pretty close, and it is a black and white television. So, I'm not gonna get too incredibly picky with this. Looks like we do have, success here. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, now that we have that, let's just go here, see if we got any sound. So I'm just going to go to the Sencor and click on the audio on the Sencor here. So I'll show you that. So move this around here. The fun of doing television's lots of movement. So I'll just click this on right here, see if we get any audio through. Yeah, no problems. That is loud. So, anyways, no problems there. So we do have audio. So just moving back down here again. So it's looking pretty good at this point. A little bit stretched, not too bad. Not really going to get too worried about it. The fact that this thing is even glowing is, I'm pretty amazed at that. So let's see if we can get a picture next. Here's a nice shot from the glow of all the vacuum tubes in the back of this television. I remember when I was young looking in the back side of our television and seeing all the vacuum tubes light up inside, and it was just magic knowing that those lit up bulbs received a picture. Let's see what's on TV. Thanks for stopping by the lab today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you are enjoying my videos, you can let me know by giving me a big thumbs up and hang around. There'll be more videos like this coming in the near future. We'll be taking a look at vacuum tube and solid state electronic devices alike. There'll be a lot of repairs and restorations and teardowns and all of that great stuff on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time to do that, and definitely tap that bell symbol. That way you'll be notified as soon as I post a brand new video. If you're interested in taking your electronics knowledge to the next level and learning electronics in a very different and effective way and gaining access to many of my personal electronic inventions and designs, you're definitely going to want to check out my ongoing electronics course on Patreon. I'll put the link just below the video's description under the Show More tab, and I'll also pin the link at the top of the comments section. So if you click on the link, it'll take you right there. All right, until next time, take care. Bye for now.